One in forensic accounting education, which adult learning strategy most effectively promotes deep understanding of fraud investigation techniques. A. Memorizing definitions of financial crimes. B. Analyzing real-world fraud case studies collaboratively. C. Reading forensic accounting textbooks independently. D. Completing multiple-choice quizzes without feedback. 2. When developing a CrFA training curriculum, what is the most appropriate evaluation method to assess learners' ability to identify fraudulent transactions? A. Closed-book theoretical exam. B. Role-play exercises simulating forensic audits. C. Peer review of research papers. D. Attendance-based participation grading. 3. In communication within forensic accounting, which skill is essential for presenting expert witness testimony? A. Using technical jargon to establish credibility. Simplifying complex financial evidence for jurors. C. Avoiding visual aids to maintain focus. D. Speaking in rapid detail to demonstrate expertise. 4. A forensic accounting instructor aims to mentor learners to think critically. Which approach aligns best with adult learning principles? A. Providing direct answers during case analysis. B. Allowing learners to propose and test multiple hypotheses. C. Limiting questioning to factual recall. D. Grading based solely on accuracy of numeric computations. 5. When ensuring regulatory compliance in forensic accounting training, what should be prioritized? A. Awareness of anti-money laundering (AML) regulations. B. Frequent guest speakers from unrelated industries. C. Focus on general accounting standards. D. Elimination of discussions on data privacy laws. 6. Which component is most critical when developing an ethical decision-making module for CrFA learners? A. Presenting moral dilemmas with clear single answers. B. Encouraging reflection on real ethical conflicts in fraud investigations. C. Teaching a rigid code of conduct. D. Using only hypothetical non-financial scenarios. 7. During curriculum evaluation for the CrFA program, which evidence best indicates success in achieving learning outcomes? A. Increased enrollment numbers. B. Learners' demonstrated ability to detect and report fraud. C. Number of completed assignments. D. Consistent course attendance. 8. Which mentoring technique most effectively supports new forensic accountants transitioning to field practice? A. Assigning independent textbook readings. B. Shadowing experienced fraud investigators. C. Reviewing historical accounting data alone. D. Focusing on audit theory exclusively. 9. Which element best supports adult learners' motivation in forensic accounting training? A. Strict deadlines without context. B. Clear relevance to professional advancement and certification. C. Long, unstructured lectures. D. Limited learner autonomy. 10. When presenting forensic accounting findings to legal professionals, what communication principle ensures clarity and credibility? A. Avoiding technical accuracy for simplicity. B. Using structured, evidence-based reporting with documentation. C. Including personal opinions for emphasis. D. Excluding financial charts to reduce confusion. 11. What is the best way to evaluate learners' competence in evidence preservation? A. Asking them to recall preservation steps. B. Having them perform a chain of custody documentation exercise. C. Quizzing them on definitions. D. Asking them to summarize reading materials. 12. A CrFA candidate is analyzing data to detect revenue manipulation. Which tools should they prioritize? A. Horizontal and vertical financial analysis. B. General journal narrative review. C. Manual ledger reconstruction without data tools. Budget forecasting. 13. Which instructional design principle ensures adult learners retain investigative techniques? A. Repetitive drill without context. B. Linking new content to prior professional experience. C. Limiting group discussions. D. Avoiding feedback. 14. In FA ethics training, which scenario promotes active learning? A. Watching a documentary on fraud. B. Engaging in a simulated ethical conflict resolution exercise. C. Reading the Code of Ethics silently. D. Listening to a guest lecture passively. 15. What is the main goal of a forensic accountant when testifying in court? A. Advocating for one side's position. B. Explaining complex financial matters objectively and clearly. C. Withholding information to protect client interests. D. Using persuasive rhetoric to influence the jury. In evaluating a CrFA learner's ability to perform forensic audits, what performance measure is most valid? A. Peer evaluation of written reports using a rubric. B. Self-reported satisfaction surveys. C. Instructor's general impression. D. Multiple choice quizzes. 17. Which aspect of adult learning theory aligns with experiential learning in forensic accounting practice? A. Learning through direct involvement in simulated audits. B. Memorizing fraud laws without application. C. Listening to unidirectional lectures. D. Repeating identical problems without variation. 18. When creating course materials for CrFA training, what ensures regulatory alignment? A. Integrating updates from the Financial Accounting Standards Board, FASB. B. Relying solely on outdated materials. C. Avoiding mention of global standards. D. Excluding case law analysis. 19. In mentoring relationships, what behavior best fosters professional growth among forensic accounting trainees? A. Giving prescriptive advice without discussion. B. Providing constructive feedback and reflective questioning. C. Avoiding difficult conversations. D. Focusing only on mistakes. 20. Which adult learning approach encourages learners to internalize ethical responsibility? A. Reflective journaling on past ethical dilemmas. B. Memorization of rules. C. Closed book testing only. D. Passive lecture attendance. 21. A forensic accounting educator designs assessments to measure problem-solving skills. Which format best aligns with this goal? A. Case-based analysis with open-ended responses. B. True-false knowledge checks. C. Matching terms and definitions. D. Oral repetition of regulations. 22. Which data analytic technique is most used in forensic accounting to detect fraud? A. Benford's law analysis. B. FIFO inventory valuation. C. Depreciation schedule analysis. D. Cost-benefit analysis. 23. In communication training for forensic accountants, why is emotional intelligence essential? A. It enhances persuasive manipulation. B. It promotes understanding and credibility with diverse stakeholders. C. It replaces analytical reasoning. D. It reduces objectivity in reporting. 24. When evaluating CrFA learners, what ensures fairness and transparency? A. Using standardized rubrics with clear performance criteria. B. Adjusting scores based on instructor judgment. C. Allowing unstructured peer grading. D. Ignoring objective scoring. 25. Which regulatory framework must forensic accountants consider in international investigations? A. Foreign Corrupt Practices Act (FCPA). B. Internal company bylaws. C. Local school district policies. D. Small Business Administration (SBA) regulation. 26. What is the primary objective of forensic accounting education? A. To equip professionals with investigative and analytical skills for fraud detection. B. To promote general bookkeeping. C. To focus on basic taxation laws. D. To prepare learners for marketing roles. 27. Which assessment technique supports continuous learning improvement in CrFA courses? A. Formative feedback after each investigative exercise. Final exam only. C. Annual performance review. D. Peer discussion without feedback. 28. In developing a CrFA curriculum, What ensures alignment with professional competencies? A. Mapping learning outcomes to CrFA examination domains. B. Following arbitrary instructional trends. C. Emphasizing entertainment over rigor. D. Ignoring competency frameworks. 29. A learner struggles with understanding digital forensics. Which instructional intervention best supports adult learners? A. Guided hands-on exercises with real software tools. B. Memorization of definitions. C. Group reading without practice. D. Watching passive demonstrations. 30. When mentoring CrFA candidates, why is reflective dialogue important? A. It helps mentees analyze their decision-making processes. B. It replaces formal instruction. C. It limits independent thinking. D. It discourages peer input. 31. Which approach enhances learner engagement in fraud risk assessment modules? A. Interactive case simulation software. B. Static slide lectures. C. Reading from textbooks only. D. Instructor monologues. 32. How should a forensic accountant handle confidential evidence ethically? A. Securely store and disclose only to authorized parties. B. Share with colleagues for informal discussion. C. Post findings on social media for transparency. D. Use the evidence for unrelated consulting work. 33. In curriculum evaluation, which measure best reflects program effectiveness? A. Post-course job placement in forensic accounting roles. B. Number of lectures delivered. C. Student satisfaction with course length. D. Instructor popularity ratings. 34. What learning outcome aligns most closely with the CrFA's purpose? A. Ability to detect, document, and testify on financial fraud. B. Memorization of accounting terms. C. Understanding general economics. D. Writing persuasive essays. 35. Which mentoring method promotes independent judgment in forensic accounting? A. Scenario-based decision-making exercises. B. Direct answer provision. Step-by-step spoon-feeding. D. Restricting mentees from questioning.